Kilroy with the SOG Flash 1. No intro, straight to the review. This handle here is zytel, which is a type of plastic with glass in it, glass reinforced. It's pretty tough. Actually, I should say nearly indestructible. It has this texturing here. It's not very deep, but it's adequate. I don't think you should have any problems with this knife slipping. Now, this isn't the most visually appealing handle. You have on the back here, I would have done something else here. You have a little line there. Looks a little cheap, I guess, but it's not that bad for a $50 knife. And it's very tough and very light. This is put together with hex screws, and it appears to be the same size screw here. It fits well in the handle. It's a little long, but that's because this is a bigger knife. Clip here is my favorite clip design I've seen yet. This completely disappears in the pocket. You can't see any of the knife. All you see is the clip. Other knife companies should take it from this, knock this off, do it like this. This clip is fantastic. You can switch it to right or left side, tip up carry, which is how you want it because it comes out of the pocket, and bam, open. There's a little curve here that one of your fingers goes in there for a little extra grip, which is kind of nice. There's a safety here. Red means you're good to go, and when it's up, it won't open. Some people super glue the safety, so it's non-functional. I kind of think that's vandalizing the knife. It's a little disrespectful to the knife. Just don't use it. Once in a while, it's happened to me once. The knife safety came on in my pocket, so I pulled it out and I was like, looked kind of silly. Another thing I don't like about the safety is it comes down halfway. Right there you can see red, and it clicked, but the knife doesn't, or I guess it does. But there's just a certain point. It's like a two-stage almost. There. It doesn't open. Then you have to push it down some more to open it. But not really a big deal. If you don't like it, don't use it. For deployment, you just nudge this and it opens really hard. You can actually hold the handle or hold the blade and the handle will snap open. It's very strong. Compared to an auto, I guess the auto's a little faster, but it's nearly the same speed, you know, compared to Leatherman. They're all about the same speed. Auto, manual, assisted, whatever. It uses the arc lock, which is this. It's kind of like the Benchmade axis lock, or at least it looks like it. It's not the same mechanism at all. It locks up solidly. There's a little wiggle room, tiny bit. That's not that big of a deal, seeing how this is a relatively inexpensive knife. It's a little hard to close one-handed. I've had practice, but it's a little awkward. It is safe though. When you close it, your fingers aren't in the way of the blade closing, like a liner lock or a lockback knife, and I do like that. The blade is a little under 3.5 inches, as you can see. This knife would be perfect if it was 3 inches, I think. You have here the Flash 1, and that's a pretty tiny knife, as you can see in my hand. And there's the Flash 2, which is a pretty large knife. They should make a Flash 1.5. That would probably be the knife I would have in my pocket all the time. But this one's a little big. It's a fairly standard blade shape. You know, drop point. Not the best blade shape I've ever seen, but it's perfectly functional for what this knife is intended for, carrying around everyday stuff. It's AUS-8 steel, and it's cyro treated, however you pronounce that. They freeze it, take it down to 300 degrees, and then it's a process that relieves stress inside the steel molecularly. I'm not sure how much of that is marketing stuff, how much of that is legit, but this is a pretty good blade as far as steel. Medium quality, not the best out there, but it's fine. It's quality. I'd prefer a coated blade, probably some kind of matte finish or maybe even black. They do make black coated blades. As you can see, my Flash 1 here has a black blade. I would prefer something instead of this shiny finish. This knife is assembled in the US, which I can assume means that it was actually made probably in Asia, then they finished assembling it in the US. That's fine, as long as it's a US company. I like supporting US companies. It sells for around $50. It's 3.1 ounces, very light because of these handles. It's about 4 3/4 inches, the whole knife. It's closed. A little on the big side. Now, I said the things I don't really like about the knife, cheaper looking handle, blade finish, but together, the way this knife opens and the clip make it an outstanding knife. This is a great knife because that right there, the opening and the way this clip just buries it in your pocket. It's a really great everyday carry knife. I'd recommend it, but they really should make a Flash 1.5. This is a little small, this is a little big, so I wouldn't totally recommend it. But if they made a Flash 1.5, that would be the ultimate everyday knife. Kilroy out.